Welcome to the Stock Trading Show, The Morning Rush. And so today we're going to just run down the overall market and a few other tidbits on the day that I think are interesting. So, as always, this video is not financial advice. It's for entertainment and educational purposes only. This is my personal analysis, and you should always do your own research and make your decisions based upon your own analysis. All right, let's take a look at SPY real quick. So we've had this nice long cup and handle developing since late 2022 on SPY, and so we are watching for a breakout over 460 and expect this to do something this week. We had some consolidation there with low VIX in the last week or so, and so what we're watching here is that 460 mark. Is it going to reject down? Classic cup and handle here, is everybody's watching. Do we break out and close over that 460 mark on that weekly candle especially, but obviously watching that on the daily as well and how the market responds to that. So SPY's something that we're all really interested in, obviously, this week with that important price mark of 460 being a critical moment here with the SPY chart. Bitcoin, this was the big news over the last 12 to 18 hours. Finally over that $40,000 mark again for the first time in quite a long time. And so, some of us have had bought Bitcoin when it was up, and we held through all those lows into the 15,000s. And, thankfully that for those of us who have held on, it's moving back over that 40 mark. And looks like our next target would be about that 48,000 mark, and so kind of watching for that next resistance point, which would be right there. And so kind of watching that target of 48,000. Bitcoin a lot of had a really nice run over the last few weeks, a lot of bullish candles, and so exciting there. Obviously gold making a big splash over the last 12 to 18 hours as well, that reaching new all-time highs. It's broken out of this range that it's been kind of stuck in over the last decade. I mean, we had that big dip, and then we had a lot of consolidation, and folks have been holding gold and kind of waiting. And so finally, we've broken out, and now it's over that 2100 mark, and gonna, see what happens from here. If you're a gold investor, this is of great interest. Obviously, Bitcoin and gold seem to be moving in tandem here over the last day or so, or even a couple of weeks. And so, again, gold all-time high. And so that's something that we're all watching. Apple, this one's really interesting. So we had the bull flag that looked fairly obvious after that run-up from beginning of 2023. We're waiting, obviously, to see if that bull flag would indeed lead to a breakout. It did. And so now we've had some consolidation over the last couple of weeks, and so now the next price target, in my mind, was obviously going to be that 198 mark. And, at that point, we'll see if we kind of face some resistance as we approach 197, 198, see if we get some selling pressure. But that's kind of a nice little setup there, something I'll be eyeing for probably a buy point on a daily chart, or see if we get a pullback. But nice chart there. Palantir, going to run down a couple of different stocks here that are flashing potential buy signals, in my opinion. Palantir, something I'm watching to maybe potentially get an entry on if it can break out over resistance here and close, preferably on decisive volume. Palantir is interesting, right? So we had this stage 1 base develop. What is that? That's like 12 weeks, or I'm sorry, 12 months, 12-month base. And then you had another one, 6-month base develop. So you had these really stage 1, stage 2 bases, and it's getting ready to break out. And so we'll see if we have an upside target there into the high 20s. This one could be really interesting if we get a breakout over that 2030, 2040, 2050 level and get a close over that on the week. Could be a nice, interesting chart. URI, same thing. You had these, you've had this this little base here. And again, this one was really good, really interesting to me because it specifically did close over this obvious, resistance level. It did close on the weekly candle over that. And so, again, maybe looking for an entry. I will be on the daily chart and see if we get a run up on that one. And then finally, DHI, again, another similar setup. We had this run up, this long base develop, then we had this first stage. I'm sorry, this first run up with the pullback, sort of like some consolidation here, and then a major pullback, and then another little run up. And so really watching DHI to see if we break out over this base and get a close on the weekly candle over that about 132-ish mark or so. And so, DHI is pretty interesting. So again, the most interesting things this week, in addition to those, are going to be that Apple chart and see if we can run up to 198, and then obviously what's going on with Bitcoin, how quickly we shoot up to 48, and then what Apple does, obviously, and then that SPY breakout in this cup and handle. This is going to be critical this week. Okay, you guys have a good day, and thank you for watching. Sub and like. Bye.